Most people think about board service based on what you hear in the media, which focuses on the Russell 3000 or the Fortune 500. That's 10% of the landscape. There are 6,000 public companies. There are 9 to 10,000 private equity-backed companies and 10,000-ish venture-backed companies, and then another 6,000 ESOPs. And most people don't even know what an ESOP is, which I don't feel shame if you don't. I happen to be on the board of an ESOP. Each of the difference between the various boards, the first difference that I see is what is the capital structure behind it? Is it venture? Is it private equity? Is it public? Is it an ESOP? The second is scale. Boards are not the same based on scale. A very small company needs a very different thing from its board from a very big company. The third is industry. The fourth is business model. When you put those four things together, those are the things you want to look at and think about and reflect inside yourself as to who you are, to try to figure out where your safeties, your matches, and your reaches are. If you have college-age kids or you were a college-age kid, you know what safety, match, and reach means. And so thinking about safety, match, and reach is you've got to understand for yourself, have I been in a capital structure that I understand? Have I been in this capital structure? Do I understand it? Because a lot of times the difference between VC and public in that sense is, do you understand how we make decisions, what's driving us? So for example, as Yusuf was saying, in the private company space, venture-backed, the independent director is oftentimes kind of Switzerland. They're the one hired board member or the two hired board members. Everybody else is on the board because they were a funder or a founder. And so they end up having to play that sort of difficult place between the way the business wants to see itself grow based on purpose and business model and whatnot, and the VCs want to see things happen based on the thesis that they invested in, right? And there's sometimes friction. So there's something to that role that's very different. Also, as a hired role, it's the only one where they're actually looking for very specific skill sets, because everybody else just got the role because they put the money in or they built a company, right? So usually early stage, they're looking much more about product market fit, go-to-market strategy, scaling up, going from SMB to enterprise. There's things like that they're struggling with at this imperative level that may say, I'm looking more for a go-to-market type person versus an engineering type person.